Alright guys, we'll get this started in just a minute here. We're going to go over the last part of section 4.3. Just another thing that we did yesterday, just properties of definite integrals, kind of looking at the values like on a graph here. Remember, anything above the x-axis has a positive definite integral value, and anything below the x-axis has a negative definite integral value. Means we might change some things up, but we'll go through this assignment just to kind of practice this and get you guys some help with it. Okay, so going through the first couple examples, the first problem here is, okay, what's the integral from 0 to 2 of this equation, f of x? Alright, so from 0 to 2, we want to find the area underneath the curve, starting at 0, going to 2 here, which we can see is this like quarter of a circle. So I'm just going to put this here. Well, we know any circle is pi r squared. But since we got just a quarter of it, we'll divide that by 4. So it's going to be pi times the radius of this circle is 2 squared. And we'll divide that by 4. Well, 2 squared is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So really this is just an area of pi. And since it's below the graph, we can say that is a negative pi. And so I'm going to mark this over here as well, because that's symmetric. But what we got to do is just figure out, okay, the area or the integral from 0 to 2 would be this area here underneath the graph. The area is pi, but it's underneath the graph, so it would be a negative pi. So on Canvas, you actually have to type out the decimal approximation. So I'm just going to type in negative pi into the calculator, and you should know that number. It should sound familiar. Negative 3.1416 would be if we round to the 4th decimal place. Okay, next question. Here we go. What is the definite integral from 2 to 6 of this function? That's it. Okay, well, 2 to 6 is this triangle from here to here, 2 to 6. So any triangle, the whole thing is 1/2 the base, which 2 to 6, that'd be 4, times the height, it goes up 2. So 1/2 of 4 times 2 is 2. So that has a whole area of 2. And that is above the x-axis, so it stays positive. So that would be 2. Oh, wait. 2. Oh, my gosh. Hello, wake up. 4. 1/2 of 4 times 2 is 4. Hello. Everybody else sleep good last night? There we go. Okay, next we want to find the integral value. There we go. The integral value from negative 4 to 2 of this expression. So nothing crazy, we're not doing anything, just negative 4 to 2. So that's going to be from here all the way over to here. So, well, we already know this is a negative pi, that's a negative pi. What we got to do is find this area here, which, all right, we can look at that point and go, it's a triangle shape that's made, so 1/2, the base of that triangle is 2, the height of that triangle is 1, so 1/2 of 2 times 1 is 1, but since it's underneath the curve, we can say that is a negative 1 area. So all we need to do is to find the integral from negative 4 to 2, add all these up. So we got negative 1, negative pi, and negative pi. I'm just going to type that into the calculator. We got negative 1, and then we minus a pi, and we minus another pi. And we get negative 7.2832 when we round. So we'll round to the 4th decimal place, negative 7.2832. So we're just doing the same thing that we did yesterday. We're just finding the areas and adding them up. Alrighty. Well, Here we go. Next one. What is the integral from -4 to 6 of f of x? All right, well, that's just all the way across. So we're going to take our answers and just add them all up. So it'd be a -1, a -pi, a -pi, and a +4. Now, if we were trying to answer this as an exact answer, we'd combine like terms and say, okay, this would be 3 minus 2 pi. We could type that in like this, or we can do 3 minus 2 pi. I'm going to do 3 minus 2 pi. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take our former answer and just, former answer was from here to here. I'm just going to add 4 to it. So our former answer plus 4, we get that. I'm also done double check this here, 3 minus 2 pi. It's the exact same thing. All right, so that answer would be -3.2832 when we round. -3.2832. All right, now do we get to do some fun stuff? Okay. Here's where we get to have some fun. This will be a bigger thing. Actually, I can slide this up here. That's good. In the next section here, the last section of calculus that we will do, is the integral from -4 to 6 of the absolute value of x. So what this means is absolute value is we're still going to break it up into parts, but we're going to make everything positive. So this curve that's underneath is -1. Well, we're going to make that a +1. Those negative pi's become positive pi's. And that 4 still stays positive. So if we're going to answer this exactly, we'd say this would be 5 plus 2 pi. But on Canvas, we have to type in decimal answers. And so I'm going to do 5 plus 2 pi, 11.2832 when we round. 11.2832 when we round. All right, we got one more answer. All righty. What is the integral from -4 to 6 of f of x plus 2 dx? Okay. Well, remember, we can always break up these problems to two things. We can make this the integral from -4 of 6 of f of x plus the integral from -4 to 6 of 2. All right, we did this problem already. We already did this. This was 2 problems ago. What's the integral all the way across? Not the absolute value, but the whole integral all the way across. And we got this as a, I'm going to write this in a different color. We got this as a 3 minus 2 pi. That's what we already figured out from there. Now, the other hand is this problem here. What's the integral from -4 to 6 of 2 dx? Well, this is, there's no x's or anything. There's no f of x, so we don't need to look at the graph. We can just do the old integral rules. Okay, remember the integral rules is to take this and bump it up 1. So 2 comes up to be 2x. Then what we need to do is plug in 6, plug in 4, and subtract those answers. So I'm plugging 6. We'll plug in -4. So 2 times 6 is 12. And then minus 2 times -4 is a -8. 12 times -8 is 20. And so what we can do is we can take our 2 separate problems, because that's what we can do with the equation. We can break this up into f of x and then break it up into 2. Take our 2 problems, our 2 answers, and add them together. If we're going to make this exact, we'd say, okay, 3 plus 20, so that's Jordan, 23 minus 2 pi. But if we're going to answer this on Canvas with the decimal, we would get, okay, 23 minus 2 pi. See, 16.7168 if we round. 16.7168. Okay, so this wraps up section 4.3. Tomorrow you guys will have a quiz over 4.3, the homework quiz that's due. You guys should be all right with that. It's a lot easier than this stuff that we've been doing the last few days, so you might have to go back Maybe I'll put out on Instagram just a couple hints for each quiz. And then we start the last section. So I'm trying to do some pacing now for you guys to get the rest of the year playing out for you seniors. That way, if you want, you can just buckle down and get it all done once it's published. So best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, no, we won't see you tomorrow. Will we see you on Friday? Yeah, we'll see you on Friday. All right, have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.